Justicia. Ahora.
Emily, what is this picket line about? What's the issue with Goodfellas?
So the issue here today is that Goodfellas historically does not pay their workers, and we're here picketing because there are a couple workers who are owed about $23,000 in back wages, and so we want to bring this to the attention of the public.
You say they don't pay their workers. I mean, that got to be an exaggeration. They must pay something. Why would anybody work there?
So they do pay their workers, but I am a former employee, and when I was there, they would not pay overtime. There were wages not paid, and there's a chronic problem of paychecks bouncing. So in that sense, they don't pay their workers.
What would happen when people complain?
Nothing. The management would not pay them on time. They would not provide cash when the paychecks would bounce. And I even brought this to the attention of the Department of Labor twice. It was investigated, but nothing was done about it.
And so who is organizing this event today?
We're here with ULA, Unidad Latina Sin Acción.
And this is not the first time there's been picketing, is that right?
I'm sorry?
This isn't the first time this has happened.
No, we've been here, this is our third time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
My name is Chris Garaffa. I'm here with the New Haven Workers Association. We're calling for a boycott of Goodfellas restaurant right behind us. They owe former workers over $23,000 total for over 3,000 unpaid hours over the past year. That's not just overtime hours, that's regular pay hours that they refuse to pay those four workers. We've called for a boycott of Goodfellas. The owner has refused to respond to any of our requests for comment or for payment. We have a demand letter, and we can give you a copy of that demand letter so you can see it, outlining the hours that are owed. The owner refuses. He's in fact threatened us on multiple occasions when we've come out here to protest at his restaurant. So we're here, we're saying that we're not intimidated by him. We're not intimidated by the threats of the New Haven Police Department either, who threatened to arrest us for doing exactly what you see here last time, holding a peaceful protest. And we're going to continue to come out here until we get justice for the four workers from Goodfellas and any other workers that may have not been paid either. We know that there are more cases. Goodfellas has had 3 other cases filed against it at the Department of Labor in the past, and we know that there are countless more people who, for whatever reason, are afraid to come out and speak. We want to encourage them. Come out, speak, make your voice heard, and together, as the Workers Association, we can stand up together and get you exactly what you're owed, your workers' rights, your dignity, and your pay.
I'm a former employee of Goodfellas. I worked there in 2007, I'm sorry. And I was a witness of abuses and lack of pay. And in fact, some of our checks would bounce back and we have to go multiple times to try to get our money back. When we told them what was happening, they would just just say that we should go. They're gonna have 2 checks that were never cashed in 2007. So I'm here to make my voice stand and be with everybody else whose rights have been violated by Café Goodfellas right behind us.
My name is John Jairo Lugo. I am a member of Unidad Latina en Acción. Our organization has been representing a few workers from Goodfellas, and the reason we're here is because we want to make an example of this restaurant and the reason we're calling for a boycott is because this is not the first time this guy is doing the same thing, For several occasions, for several years, we have been heard, that several workers they have been receiving the same treatment, not being paid, being fired, being mistreated by the owner. And basically, it's time for these guys to stop these kind of violations on human rights and labor rights. We don't want to destroy his business, but we just want for him to behave. And also on the treatment that the police to us, and specific on what happened on December 31st, we feel strongly that police telling us that they are the merchants they are going to create a blacklist is some kind of threat against our rights to freedom of speech in this country.
Could you describe more what happened on the 31st?
Well, on the 31st, the police showed up, with 6 police officers showed up. Sergeant 407, that's the only thing I remember. 407. He pulled me on the side. He asked me who was the organizer, and I said I was one of the organizers of the demonstration. And he started asking me why we want to destroy the business of New Haven. And I said, well, I don't want to destroy the business. We just want for this guy to pay the workers. Then he said that he was going to write a report including the names of all the participants, all the people who were taking part of the demonstration. And then he said that the merchants, they will going to create a blacklist for to prevent that these people who are in the police report to prevent them to be hired in New Haven. I asked the sergeant, that I told him that I feel threatened by him, and he said that was not a threat. He said that was an action that maybe the restaurants can take against us. But we feel at the same time, that was underneath of his statement, that was a threat against our actions, And we feel strongly that that's wrong, that the police officer is taking sides in this conflict that we have with this restaurant.
In your press release, you talk about people were threatened with arrest. Was it that day?
That was that day, yes. On the first day also.
What was happening then?
The first day and the second day, they say that we need a permit to hold the demonstration. We told them that we have experience, and our experience told us that we don't need a permit when we're doing a demonstration. Anyway, they asked us to leave. If not, we're going to risk to get arrested that day. We left. But then we went to the city in 2 different occasions. I even went to the police department, and the sergeant Hassad from the police department told me that if we hold a moving picket line, we don't need a permit. So it's a contradiction from the first statement that we got from Sergeant 407 and Sergeant Hassad from the police department. So I feel like in some way, the businesses, they are using the police department to create fear in these kind of actions.